What up, bitches? Hello, it's me, your man Comic Mark. Special show tonight. 3 shows. It's a main event thing. We do not know. It's a trilogy. Get started. I've been on the drink already, in preparation. We have the chat is filling up. That's great to see. Hello, everyone. We'll come to you in a moment, but I want to get the guests on so we can say hello to them. First of all, is a new friend that I discovered from Wales. Found him on YouTube, and I heard his voice, and I was like, damn, Radio 4, we have to get this guy into our little clique over here. So here he is. This is Brian. Hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy the collaboration of Minecraft and Terraria music that's in the background. It's great to be here, only for an hour, folks, because I have a tight schedule. I have to get some sleep before Troy Pacelli's last call, which is in about 6 hours. So it's great to be here. Hopefully, we will have a great conversation and EFAP through what will no doubt be a great video from a rising star, Nerdettes Newsstand. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We're gonna go over this Nerdette video, and finally wrapping up the trio or whatever to help us do it. My most intellectual bourgeois friend. He's like my own Lex Luthor. Is Arvid Nelson. Hello, what up?
Mark, how are you? Good to see you both. Well, act like we haven't been chatting in the back room for the past 10 minutes.
No, yeah. What a surprise.
No, that never happened.
Skeletor meets Lex Luthor, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. No pirate baldness. This is all I can do.
And this is coming from me, who cosplays Culture Casino.
One of my friends, Ryan, said to me that you look like one of the hairy bikers.
Oh, you mean the one that's dying?
Thank
you for the compliment. I can't cook. That's a woman's job.
So yeah, like I said,
going past the Gulag train. So yes, silence.
Mark, what are you drinking? What are you gentlemen drinking?
Water. I had a whole bottle worth of ginger beer, and I drank it through a season 3, episode 7 review of Star Trek Picard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope it lasted the whole way through. Oh man.
First of all, incredibly long train. That was it took like a good 40 seconds to go past. To answer your question, Arvid, I'm as always drinking the Comic Mark Special, which is
it piss?
It's half a martini asti,
Wow,
half a can of Monster.
Back down to earth we go.
Muy sofisticado, señor. Bueno,
fucking dope. I have to be careful not to give myself an alcohol problem. It's really that nice a combo.
To each their own.
First comment straight away in the chat is from Nerdettes Newsstand herself saying, "Oh Lord." To be fair, I didn't say anything bad. I don't think. Well, let's see. Maybe not about me. Who knows? Sheila Aliens is here as well, and she says, I hope you show Rastacaster's cut version of actual Fandom's logo from your thumbnail. I do have it here, right here.
You mean Dickhead Dane? I like to call him. Oh my.
Oh, Dane.
If irony was a person, ladies and gentlemen, it would be actual fuckface himself.
Yeah.
My gimp is under siege. He wore a gimp mask in his early years as a creator, folks. At
And
least
pants on his face.
Really?
He had the pants on his face, remember?
Hmm.
No. Are you? He literally.
Yeah, he wore a gimp mask.
Yeah, okay, well.
That's what I like to call it, anyway.
Mr. Paul Noir's here. He says, "What up, everyone? Hello." Oh, and Ryan as well. There he is in the chat. Oh yeah. So Ryan, like I said, mentioned earlier, he has his own YouTube channel, which is right here.
It's literally my name. I'd point it down here, but it's not here. My goodness.
It's on that side now. For the first few times of me trying to recall your name to type it in, I kept typing in Roger first, and it like in my mind I was calling you Roger, like instead of Ryan, which is a bit weird. But
well, there are quite a lot of Ryans in this creator community. There are not a lot of Rogers, so I can understand that point of view.
So you do your own show, reality based, which I like because obviously I'm a fan of materialism, not in the gathering of consumable sense. That show's good. Why don't you?
Was it then? Is it
tell
in
us,
a spiritual sense?
I mean, in the Marxist sense.
Oh.
The dialectic force. What is it? Is it material dialectic or the dialectical? Which one is it? I always forget.
Dialectical materialism is
dialectical materialism, right?
Okay,
right. Good.
It's commie bullshit, is what it is.
Yeah, I know. But it sounds very impressive. You have to admit that. It sounds
and
great.
the bullshit aspect of it. But
right. Oh, it's all right. Yeah. Right.
But yes, this is my channel, ladies and gentlemen. Reality based. We've only had 64 episodes plus episode 0, which I did basically me explaining what the show was. But the vast majority of what I do is content creation, giving my thoughts, taking suggestions from the audience, and showcasing fellow creators who go far as rising stars. I made this great guy a rising star. Guess what happened? He lost subs.
I did.
A rarity among rising stars.
I actually went backwards, yeah. So yeah, Ryan has his own channel that you should go and check out, as does Arvid over here. This is his channel, Crowfire Studios. Also been on his show a bunch of times, like worth checking out. Why don't you give us a blast of what your channel is about?
Yeah, first, always a pleasure to have you on, Commie Mark, a comics creator. So we have a show. We were doing it on Fridays. Now we're doing it Sundays, late morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. I work with the phenomenally talented artists on my new project, my new comics project. So he does a drawing every show. And we have a great time. We have a modest audience, but we have a great time, and we'd love you to join us. So yeah, we are totally woke. We are like, whoa. We are like super woke. It's like diversity, nothing but diversity, equity, and just it's just incessant. So it's a great time.
Yeah, so if you like that kind of stuff, I'd go and check that out. We didn't even get through the chat fully. Bristolian Dave's here.
Whose phone went off?
It was not mine. It was not mine. It was not my phone. My son, his friends always call it. He doesn't have a phone, so I'm like, friends. Like at weird times, like 4 a.m. I'm like, are you drug dealers? Like, what's going on here? I love him too. I mean, I'd cover for him. You know what? Could you not do that, Chief? I could.
Are you being trolled by your son?
I have it on mute, and it doesn't work. So this is great. Great. This is what I do, Mark. I come on your show and act like a complete bore. Surprising no one. Surprising nobody. Here we
I'm
go.
just going to turn this phone off so it doesn't happen to me.
Exactly.
I blame the
capitalists. I hear someone's phone go out. I go, oh, God. Exactly.
They're trying to undermine us. Tom Toll says, "Held a revolution."
Hey, Tom.
Indeed. Thanks for watching. Here we go. I love you, said Unhinged.
Jason, always good to see you.
I love you too, bro. Excellent work, comrade. Spicy Bo. Oh, lots of people showing up. Hello, hello, hello. Let's go. Oh, Tatsunami. I ain't seen you for a while. How you doing?
Hi all. Hope you're doing well.
Behemoth 666 needs more Kalashnikov. I think you nailed the spelling. The Axis of Evil. Someone said, "Oh, that just jumped under my finger."
Oh yes, you're North Korea. I'm the Taliban, and he's a white supremacist.
I have a look. I'd like to argue, but.
Glacier Dario is here. Like lots of people showing up. This is great. This is great. Very exciting stuff. Okay, so what we're here for today is that I mostly want to EFAP this video of Nerdettes where she EFAP
over 70,000. It wasn't 50,000, Commie Mark. It's over 70,000 subscribers. Nerdettes Newsstand is a stellar place, folks. If you haven't checked her out, you really should. I'm sure you will enjoy what she has to offer. Commie doesn't. Why? Because he's not subscribed to her channel.
I'm in my private window.
Oh,
so I don't get any sneaky DMs or whatever. But yeah, the reality is, don't tell anyone, but we're only doing this as a fluffer for the main event, which is straight after this show. My video about Owen Jones is going to drop, and if you don't know who Owen Jones is,
good on you. Good on you. They had a lot of trouble.
We was trying to work it out. He's kind of like the Taylor Lorenz of like the UK media, but like
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guy with the blonde hair, that's his granddad. The guy with the beard right next to him is his gay uncle. And the guy on the far left is his grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Removed. So yeah.
Yeah, is that Trotsky or George Orwell? It's one of the two.
Orwell, that is, but they're basically the same fucking.
Yeah, I always get those two mixed up. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So stick around. Like in fact, I should drop a link to that here in the chat so you can set a reminder. Like we're gonna at the end of this, that's gonna drop. We're gonna go for a cigarette break, a fag break, as we would say here, but you're not allowed to say that.
But you cannot say that. You can say that once in the United States. Yeah, you can say that once in public.
Look at all the Rippaverse tabs Commie Mark has up, folks.
Ooh,
a
nice.
Rippaverse fanboy right here.
Oh, it's that's some of the Dane stuff that we'll get to a little bit later on. Hojo says a spot on comparison. Thanks. So yeah, we'll get to that later. We're gonna go over the video after. We'll do like a post-match analysis kind of thing, and we'll get some people on from the chat. Come and hang out. Titty Biscuit says no, that has a 96% dead subscribers base.
No way.
There is a tool to check that, like, but
Really?
I don't have it handy. I don't remember. How to do that. Oh, we just crossed over 20 people watching. That's good. Okay, so I guess that now is as good a time as any to start this EFAP business. Although it would help if I shared the audio before we start watching, like, because I'm a professional.
Take your time. You were on my Mark? You were on my first stream and it was a disaster. Remember that? That was not good.
My first stream was a much bigger disaster than that. At least yours was broadcast. Like
yeah, I was on like 20 different shows from other people before I went live because I didn't want Reality Base 0 to be an absolute fuck up. So
Very wise. Very wise. Yeah, indeed.
So, if at any point you want me to pause it because you have a comment or whatever, just let me know.
Can I? Wait, is the point of this video? Is this that wearisome thing that no one knows what woke is? Is that what she's getting at here?
Okay, so that's a good setup. So she was did a stream asking that question, like, oh, what does woke actually mean?
Okay.
Which is a thing that people do. I've done that. That's why she's watching my video where I do that very thing. And well, we'll get into it. Here we go.
He looks like Animal.
Did you hear it? Can you hear it? Yeah.
He looks like Animal from the Muppets, but he's not cool.
Is that the guy that goes mana? Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about?
The one that's real kick ass on the drums.
Oh, okay, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Come on, Animal. If you don't.
I don't think it's that bad a comparison. Like,
no, first of all, that's an incredible compliment. First of all, so that is quite. No one's going to compare me to
nice
Animal.
Picture, by the way.
Yeah,
You don't look mental at all.
Right, yeah. right. They didn't choose the most flattering still, did they?
There isn't one.
Okay, well,
Flattering still does not
oh,
exist.
stop! Oh, you're a handsome man. Stop it! Stop it!
Far left, center, far right.
Nerdette says, to
Oh,
be
hell.
fair, your video came highly recommended.
I love
That's
your videos
good.
much. Yeah.
All right, let's carry on.
Drums.
Oh, okay, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Last time I seen Kami Mark, and I'm not super familiar with this person. I do remember this guy here who's a douche, being like, she's definitely a token hire. She's good. Her book was really good. That's all I've read by her, though, to be fair. He like copyright strike his channel or some copyright strike his channel, like goofball.
All right, so for context, I think that before this, like, I've had maybe 2 interactions with Nerdette that I remember, that I recall. One of them was around this time where Dane copyright struck my channel for like kicking his ass or whatever.
Yeah, that's his GIMP mask, by the way, folks. That's what I refer to as GIMP mask, because he's covering his entire face. It's like a progressive version of a burqa.
Yeah, it's
That's why I call him actual GIMP.
It is an apt description. So what can I say?
He looks better with a GIMP mask on, though, I will say.
Dane had struck my channel, and then like the next day or the day after, within like a very short amount of time, he was on Nerdette's channel, like doing a stream with her about a thing. Yeah, because they used to be allies, but longer. Because it's him.
Yeah, he throws everyone under the bus eventually.
I've heard that. Is that true? He's like DMs, bitterness and recriminations, and DMs made public. He is
He's an absolute snake. He will throw every one of his allies under the bus the moment he gets an advantage.
Right. They don't have friends, right? They don't have friends. They have allies, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And if my if my allies to enemies ratio was as bad as Dane's is, I'd like do some introspection or whatever and think, why does the entire internet hate me? Like, what am I doing wrong? But he's probably like emboldened by that, and I'm definitely doing the right thing because.
When Jack Murphy's your inspiration, you really need a bit of therapy.
Oh yeah, so he was on Nerdette stream, and I met I was in the chat, and I was like going at him a bit in it, because he just copyright struck my channel, and took away what was at the time my 2nd or 3rd highest viewed video in it, and I was on a roll. I dropped 3 in a row that hit 1,000 and it for the first time, and then I get hit with this copyright strike, and I don't know if you know, but when that happens, it affects a thing called your P score, It's fucked for the algorithm in it. So it takes like 6 months, a year, or whatever, just to get over like that one thing. So I was unhappy about that, and I cornered him on that stream, and he said that he would remove the copyright strike. In fact, I have it right here.
A minute ago, Commie Mark asked me to remove the copyright strike. YouTube did that automatic, by the way. And yeah, when the thing popped up and said that we've done this copyright strike, would you like to remove it? I was like, nah. You know what I mean?
It's hard enough hearing the guy once. Why do we have to hear him twice?
That's total bullshit what he just said. I mean, like YouTube will not issue a takedown request thing on their own. It does flag it up and say like, oh, do you want to do one? But it never does one automatically and says, do you want to undo that? So then later on in that stream, he says like, I'll remove the copyright strike, and then he never did that, and it because it's full of shit.
But I want to see what the definition is. I do think this guy is Comicsgate, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong.
I am Comicsgate, yes, that's correct.
UK division.
Yeah, CG UK represent.
Evil. Or how to spot an agenda. I get 20 different answers. Or I get one stock answer that's entirely subjective and copy-pasted nonsense.
Oh my God, what a stupid thing to say. Oh, if I ask 20 individuals the same question, I'll get 20 different answers or the same answer 20 times. Like, what are the other options? That you get 18 different answers and the same one twice. Just roll the credits.
Is this a fucking
Nerdette has put like a layer over the top of this video for copyright protections, but I'm not going to copyright strike you. I'm not a massive fucking hypocrite.
Well, you can't trust anyone these days, unfortunately, Commie. Better safe than sorry in these troubling times.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Zombie Box Review says they have to manually request the takedown of a video. I agree, that is correct. Who needs enemies when you have friends like Dane?
Great to see, Zombie. I hope you're doing well, my good man.
Nada asks, do you keep your streams up in case I miss some of this? It depends on performance. If it beats the average, then I keep it. If it lowers average, then it becomes members only. Become a member and you get access to literally tens of hours of extra content that wasn't good enough to make it on the main channel.
So if you don't find this on other shows playlist, folks, then Commie Mark has put it in the members section. So I better archive this video ASAP.
And Nerdette also says, I didn't think you would, but Dane, I do not trust. Which is fair. Which is very fair.
Doesn't he look like Vosh, ladies and gentlemen? Like a pop culture gimpy version of Vosh.
That you'd have just hit on the head Dane's image of himself inside his mind, and I have seen him previously describe himself as the good Vosh.
As if there's a bad one. It's just Vosh.
But Vosh, who is
Stephen Koczynski, a United States based content creator based on the West Coast, grew up in a progressive household in California. And, he's just like this guy, only in regards to...
I thought he was pointing at me then. I was going to tell you to fuck off. You go to him. That's fine.
Yeah, he's a bloody snake. No wonder this guy copied and pasted him.
And a paedophile apologist as well.
He's probably that.
She's a paedophile apologist. Just in case anyone wants to snip that, you can have.
Yeah, and he has a commie name. They always have commie names, don't they? Yeah. Lenin, Stalin, Trotsky, Vosh.
Vosh? Who was he? Was he purged? But did Stalin?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah. I just read the Gulag. Man, it's intense. I'm reading the Gulag Archipelago.
It's very long.
Oh yeah, he loves exclamation points.
Yeah, we need like 3 hours to EFAP a 15-minute video, Commie. You have greatly underestimated the time you need to do an EFAP. Have you seen Mauler?
Yeah.
I mean, he spends like 7 hours EFAPing a 30-minute video.
I saw a thing the other day. Mauler is one of us, like a Brit bong, as they would say.
Yeah, he's based in
Brick
Southwest Wales.
Brick bong?
A Brit bong. That's like that's a insult that they use for British people, like in areas of the Commonwealth where we just like beat them up and stole all their resources.
Banana people.
We're getting close to being too spicy here. Let's carry on.
Persona, because it's fucking hilarious. He's got a whole get up and everything. That's great.
Oh yeah, is it a persona? No, I dress like this all the time. Like
It's not a
walk
persona.
around the street like this and it.
Like Nerdette is not a persona. Trust me. I have chatted with. Yeah, this is the real deal. This is it.
And this guy, I'm still
God, this guy's still such a fucking douchebag, man. Like, I
I don't
know
think
I'm
he
supposed
is.
to be professional and be like,
I just think he looks funny.
Oh yeah, well,
I just think he looks like a
courteous to other content creators, and I'm like, I can't be courteous to you. You're openly okay with doxing people. You called Eric July a chunky monkey. Like, you're just a fucking douchebag, and you're creepy.
I just think he looks like a root vegetable and glasses and a Ninja Turtle shirt. That's it.
Oh my god.
That's pretty accurate. Like, I'm gonna give that guy a sort of good joke.
Oh my, yeah, Ninja Turtle shirt. Already know he sucks.
Have any real definition to it. It's just an easy way to dismiss people's political goals and political views, right? You hear this term a lot from particularly people on the right. There's some on the far left who will use it.
That's me. Think about me. So for simplicity,
I could be wrong about this guy if he's really far left. I don't know.
He doesn't know what a word
Spit up the video.
I am far left. Yes. Like compared to me, Bernie Sanders is like Ronald Reagan. Like
yeah, we've had many arguments backstage, Kami, in regards to economic policy, social policy, cultural policy. This guy is definitely worthy of his namesake, folks.
Yeah.
He should have his own Kami name. Maybe Mark.
It's so unfortunate that the name Mark is so close to Marx. Like,
it's not fair.
Like, I'll never get Marxism off the ground. Like,
teachers would support you.
Zombie Box Review says, I know I shouldn't. Hang on, let me understand again.
I know I shouldn't feel sorry for organized chaos. He's nothing more than a human shield for Dane. That is absolutely correct. Organized chaos.
But is the word that is missing. I know I shouldn't, but yeah, he is. And so we have some organized. Do you know who Organized Chaos is?
Yeah, Robert.
Yes, I do. He was like he's like sort of passive aggressive, right? I saw him on Ethan's. He's like kind of
and this is what it seems specifically the kind of stuff that J.K. Rowling is a dipshit about. Because like the thing that she was tweeting about recently was essentially the issue of housing trans women in women's prisons, which should just be what's done. And then they take that and they frame it as, well, but you're putting men who are rapists in women's prisons. And it's like, I don't have the facts at hand to talk about that. I do remember looking into it at one point and that there's
whatever, that's the dude. What Dane's saying right there, like, I have two thoughts. Number one, I don't want rapists in the prison that I'm in, regardless of
exactly.
Like, do something like give them chastity pants or something. Like, I don't care how degrading we are to the prisoners.
Well, if they're trans and they want to be women, well, give them the means to have a period that lasts the rest of their days.
It's not a good idea.
It would be the most compassionate thing that we could do is provide them genital reassignment surgery on the NHS before they enter the prison in it. But at the same time, you don't need a dick to rape someone. You can rape someone with your fingers or your hands, like or a pool cue or whatever. Like I don't know. That was a really like specific.
Wow, you've thought about this a lot, haven't you, Mark? Yeah.
Mark.
I was just thinking of someone who could just fucking ram up someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. You cannot have a societal enterprise based on subjectivity and subjective experience.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work. You can't do it.
The second point, yeah, and this is a bigger point in my opinion.
Okay.
Whose idea was it to get all of the criminals and send them to finishing school together? Like, if I wanted to do a heist, for example, yeah, you know, a good place to go and learn all of the skills necessary. Prison. That's crime university. Why the fuck are we sending people to crime university? That is dumb. Like, we should separate them, isolate them.
Yeah,
like,
it's an old mindset. It's 18th, 19th century mindset that's still being used in the 21st century. Because there was a time in the United Kingdom where there were no police and there were no prisons. If someone committed a crime, you'd have the medieval legal system based on solid Christian traditions, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, that sort of thing. That's why in the Middle Ages, Christianity, both Catholic and Protestant, was considered more extreme than Islam at the time. And all the great thinkers actually went to the Islamic world to be enlightened.
Wow.
But the thing is, the Christian world changed and the Islamic world did not.
Indeed.
That's just a matter of time. Like, Islam is about 700 years behind Christianity.
Yes, exactly. Give them 500 years; they'll be as cynical and jaded as we are.
They are due their own Reformation moment.
Yes.
Like, any moment now. Like, a lot of people talk about the Islamification of Europe. Like, but what's really happening is a westernization of Islam. And like,
God help them.
Right. Yeah. That's right. You don't. But speaking of sexual assault in prison, have you seen? It's one of the best things YouTube videos I've ever seen. It's the video that they showed to incoming inmates to Rikers Island in New York City.
Oh.
It's interesting. Very interesting.
I thought that place was due to be shut down.
I think it is. It is. I have never been there.
Paulis Arts says, "Oh, Mark remembers our date. That's the pool cue incident. That is." Bristolian Dave says, "A pool cue, a pepper grinder, and a baseball bat."
Yep.
Like,
Bristolian Dave speaks from experience, ladies and gentlemen. He's based in Bristol, one of the many rape capitals of the United Kingdom.
Right,
and Shifter says, "Lol, you used to send your problems to Australia."
Yeah, that's because the prisons that were first built were immediately overcrowded, so shipping them off seemed to be the easier solution.
Isn't Australia just one big prison? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, like the historians will tell you that the British invented concentration camps in like Africa during the Boer War or whatever, but the reality is we invented concentration camps in Australia. Like when
Australia was one giant concentration camp. Wasn't very concentrated.
No, and they still can't fucking concentrate.
I'm trying to answer the question, what does woke mean? We got together 6 people who consider themselves
exactly what we need.
Being woke is a competition. I'm on Jubilee. They've gone and they've got 6 people who self-identify as woke. And
How is he supposed to be?
Means, because we're better to get a definition.
A commie, I guess.
He looks like Animal from the Muppets.
What is he supposed to be? Like, it's not obvious. Like, there's a funny thing that happens that someone like might subscribe to me and watch my videos for a while and then be like, "Oh, it turns out he's a real communist."
Yes, it's in the name. It's not a bit.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, I was doing such a good job of hiding it from you, like until this moment."
Right. Like that's how I feel about scented candles. Like, no, I really like them. If you come to my house, it's going to be right.
They think you're a conservative pretending to be a communist.
Right. It's not a joke.
No. You're in fact a communist pretending to be a conservative pretending to be a communist.
Yeah, it's very British. I get it. Kami Mark, we get it. We get it. We get it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, you and the other 1.7 thousand subscribers understand. But yeah, go on, let's carry on.
But he's not cool.
Oh my, is that the guy that goes mana? Then
He says like animal, but not cool. What do you think about that? Do you think I'm cool?
I don't know enough about it to make that assessment.
talking
He's
about.
the one that's will kick ass on the drums.
Oh, okay, I know who it is.
Yeah, this guy is not. Right, go
No,
ahead.
but it's like I find these like personas entertaining at the very least. Like at least he's putting the effort in. I'll give him that. But I want a real definition here. Come on, Mark, Kami Mark. Let's do this.
Someone who's
I could give you one.
It's an easy way to dismiss people's political goals and political views.
How do you define woke?
I think woke is being aware to the social systems that create social inequality amongst disenfranchised people.
Ding, this guy is correct. Well, he is the closest that any of them are going to get to the dictionary definition. To be woke is to be alert to injustice in society, especially racism.
Yeah.
That isn't too far away from being aware of the social systems that create social inequality amongst disenfranchised people.
I still can't believe that word made it to the dictionary.
I know. Like
I am quite sure that the word woke was in the dictionary before it meant what it means now. You know, like as a different tense of to wake. Or, I don't know. Who knows? Zombie Box Review says, you look like you're cosplaying Jack Sparrow if he was a communist. When I used to have dreadlocks years ago.
Isn't that cultural appropriation?
Yeah, well, don't get me started. Anyone who complains about cultural appropriation doesn't understand how culture works. Like, culture is literally seeing someone do something and copying it. That's what culture is. Like, yeah, so when I had dreadlocks, people used to shout at me in the street, like, Johnny Depp. You got me. Ooh. Oh, right in my heart. And Shifter says a commie pretending to be human. It's pretty funny. Ryan Ginyu, DC and Marvel suck. They're all the same. Not to mention they keep getting woke and PC.
Yeah, the MCU and the DCFU, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good. I hadn't heard that. That's great. Did you hear that?
I invented it.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Did you hear that they just folded Marvel into the rest of Disney? They dissolved it as a separate corporate blob with inside the Disney juggernaut. So
Stan Lee is truly dead, folks.
Yeah, no, yeah, right. Yeah, see what happens. Yeah.
Now we have 21 minutes to go through the rest of this video. So.
He says that I'm Sticks and Hammer's alter ego. Like, I've looked at that guy before. I haven't really watched his stuff. Like,
I even looked it up yesterday or this morning when I was getting stuff around. I even went to Urban Dictionary, and it was like a way to be pretentious dick. Like, you're woke and you're a pretentious dick. I'm like, okay, I can see that a little bit. Like, especially with the person he's talking about.
But can you imagine in elementary school doing vocabulary and one of those words is woke?
No. Oh my God. No.
This is a thing that really triggers me in real life. When someone says, can you imagine this thing? And then the other person says no. Like, how? How can you not? Like, I remember there was a poll in our country and it was like, oh, can you imagine Jeremy Corbyn as the Prime Minister? It's like, bro, I can imagine an elephant as the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Like, there are no limits, like, to my imagination.
No.
That's the power of it.
See what I mean? That's just inconceivable. I'm still thrown off by this.
This is subjective, right?
Anyway.
What's just and what does disenfranchised people mean? It's that easy. All you have to do is be like, oh, you know what that word means. The term comes from the 1960s from the civil rights movement from the black community days before. It was culturally appropriated by middle-class white people at university so they could complain about their own perceived oppressions. Here is an obligatory Google Trends search term results for the word woke.
Oh, wow.
I define woke as being red-pilled to inequality. Then that raises the question, what does red-pilled mean? Well, it's used to refer
being red-pilled to inequality.
Isn't that just being a communist? They're literally swallowing a red pill.
This is why we got the red pills on the thumbnail in it.
I thought it was just another one of those anti-left words. Some more anti-left terminology that didn't even have a specific meaning.
Isn't
For
there black
process-
pill also where you hate?
All words have specific meanings, otherwise they're just gibberish.
Yeah, they have different, though they have different
I don't
words
know.
for different groups nowadays. So a word can mean something to a communist that it does not mean necessarily to a conservative, or vice versa in that case. The
Yes.
words have lost their meaning.
No, exactly.
Hmm.
Postmodernism, signifier and signified. Yeah, exactly right.
This person, Shifter, in the chat says you could teach a commie to draw manga, which is true. Like, you should go and check out Krishna Kid, my manga-inspired retelling of the Hindu epic Mahabharata. Like, here it is. Look at it. Ain't it beautiful? Like,
Ripping off religion, I see. That's communism to a T.
you can get it right now. The Duryodhana Purana, the first installment's already done. Like, Arvid, in fact, you've read it?
It's brilliant. I love it. That's a great cover by Matt Six. We did a few brilliant covers for you. It was such a pleasure to read. Oh yeah.
I think it's great. Like, and the fact that it's like a 5,000-year-old story, and without spoilers, like there's stuff in it that happens that's kind of like sci-fi or whatever, and it like you'll have to read it to find out. Go and back that.
I never took the time to look into it. So this is news to both of us. So let's see what we got here. Used to refer to a process by which a person's perspective is dramatically transformed, introducing them to new and typically disturbing understanding the true nature of a particular situation. No?
Yeah. Okay. So being red pilled, that makes sense towards injustice. Is that what he said? Right? Or inequality?
Well,
yeah, to inequality. It's that simple. Like that one day you learn, oh shit, everything isn't equal, and then like your world changes, and it like you don't see you never go back to like the way that you saw things before.
So anyone can be red pilled in a sense.
Anything as well.
Our perspective can change massively as a result of how we see the world. In some circumstances, you could call that growing up, but in this case, when it comes to what I like to refer to as woke ideology, an amalgamation of political correctness, social justice, and identity politics, it's designed to weaponize weakness because we in the West don't know how to fight weakness. We fought strength, we fought fascism, we fought communism, and we've defeated it. But we've never fought a force that uses weakness as a weapon.
Yeah.
And that's why we are where we are today, with lunatics dancing in front of kids.
Mm-hmm. That is an excellent description. You know, I like James Lindsay. I don't think nobody has string of red pill. Nobody has red pilled me more than James Lindsay, if you want to use that term. His definition of woke, and I think it's the best that I've come across, is critical consciousness. That's what woke means. And it comes from a Brazilian neo-Marxist educator called Paulo Ferreira, or Ferreira, something like, I think it's pronounced Ferreira, but
Spanish name.
Yeah, I think he's Brazilian. I think it's Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese name.
Yeah. So he's a neo, he calls it critical pedagogy, I think, and that's where it comes from. So woke means critical consciousness. That's what it means.
Jabba the Creator says this is your biggest stream in years. So, hurts my feelings because it's true. This person, El Schnook.
That's my wife.
Oh,
she's so supportive.
She's got a very nice haircut.
She does indeed. My wife has hair.
I only hear this thrown around when people are walking away from the left wing and joining the right wing in full.
Right.
So that's the only way I've seen it used. So I guess.
And it's again, like, yeah, they're saying from the Matrix. I get that. I do. I understand the meaning of red pill. I get it. But like, also sometimes being red pilled is just changing like political party. Like, all right. Okay.
Yeah, that's because like there was some instance in it that like changed your perspective, like that you can't go back to. That's what red pill means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, that's it. Just I think anybody would say red pill. If they think they're on the right side, they tell the other guy they were red pilled. As far as I know.
A person's perspective is dramatically transformed, introducing them to a new and typically disturbing understanding of the true nature of a particular situation. The term comes from the Matrix, a movie made by two trans women. Does that make the movie?
So, for those of you who don't understand that scene, Neo is going to go, or excuse me, Morpheus is going to go very deep into Neo's rabbit hole, and he's going to take pills first.
So the movie's about tripping. Like I've never seen The Matrix.
Okay, I will tell you the truth. I'm sorry. So what happened there?
Basically, Neo is about to be informed that he's been living in a computer-controlled dream world his whole life. So he's going to be given the red and blue pill respectively. You pick one, you go back into living fantasy.
I listened to the actual version of what he says, and it's just wrong. Like his description is just wrong.
You pick the other, you get to live the horrible truth.
You need to live the withdrawal and get back to a normal life, please.
Yeah. Yeah, but what was the point? Like, was the pill like?
It didn't do anything. If it did, I missed it, but I don't remember doing anything. It was all symbolic.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Like the pill literally like does the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a transmitter for them to track where Neo is and to get him out of the system, as it were. The machines find him, find that he's awakened, and then just dump him like garbage. And then they pick him up. That's all the red pill was. It was a transmitter.
Like a homing beacon or whatever.
He mentions that it was made by two trans women. I don't think that makes it inherently woke. His definition of it.
I do go on to argue that later on, like in the video, like that just because something is made by a woman or has a black person in it, it's not. That doesn't make it woke by definition.
Indeed not. Mark, there's a great comment. Wyatt Eastman, he said something I think it's really smart. Yeah.
It's a cult theory.
Absolutely.
Special,
sorry, Mark, please.
Special gifted knowledge. It's all pretty much like Scientology. Honestly, in the beginning, woke was the same as red pill.
It's being awake to what the world really is.
Well, definitions change. Originally, I think the term originates from 1942. It was used exclusively by African Americans, mostly African American men. It just meant be aware of all the dangers out there. You are uniquely vulnerable as an African American man. But then the definition changed. It changed in the 60s, and the current usage of it was born, people say, in 2009. There was a song by Erica Baidu or Badu. I've never heard her, but she specifically used this term woke in a song in 2009. She said, "Stay woke." And that is when the modern usage of the term came about. And it's exactly like you said, Wyatt Eastman. They believe that they have a higher consciousness, it's critical consciousness. They can see all the hidden systems of oppression that are keeping people, oppressed
and controlled.
So that's what it means. It means you believe in a conspiracy theory of systemic oppression. That is what it means to have critical consciousness. You believe in the conspiracy theory of systemic oppression.
All right, so we're not even halfway through, and we've got 11 minutes left. So I've turned the speed up. I'm only going to make real solid points or good jokes now, because, like I said, there's a link in the chat to. Oh shit, that's not the right thing. There's a link further up in the chat, to the video that's going to drop immediately after this.
I can see that link. It's a pretty nice link you got there, Kami Mark. I wonder where it goes.
I haven't seen the movie.
The Matrix was?
No, he said it was. Yeah, it was made by two trans women.
Oh, I know they transitioned. Oh, anyway, back
I
onto
think
the
they transitioned afterwards, if I remember correctly.
It had to be way after.
Yeah,
that's news. All right,
it's a trans allegory. AF Watcher said it was a trans allegory. I haven't seen it, but I
don't think it is. It's about societal oppression.
I mean, I don't know. I need to watch movies. Shit.
That's my definition of woke, to build equally. And by that definition, I am woke, and probably you watching this are also woke. Thank you. But there's nothing inherently wrong with being woke by this definition. I think that applies to the vast majority of people.
Yeah, I think it's a decent definition.
Dictionary, Christian, and the common definition of woke.
She said it's a decent definition. That's it. That's the end. Bye, everyone.
That's the same idea. It's what I describe as. That's another one. That's another one.
I think being woke is being aware of yourself and how you perceive things or realities or events that happen. Being woke is a really good thing, and there's so many different ways of feeling that good.
Being woke is about me.
Anybody else want to punch her? Or is it just me?
No,
being woke is about being aware of myself. What the fuck? No, it's not.
Maybe a school bus will drive through the wall and get on.
I don't condone violence. Too bad.
No, the speed of the video made her voice worse.
Yeah, but like being woke isn't even. I've never heard anyone say it's about me before. Never in all of the basic research we've done. Nobody was like, it's about me, bitch.
I don't know what it's about, so I don't even care. I'm just saying this chick's voice sucks.
Yeah.
I think that's
different ways to feel that good. Obviously, said that from Jenny for saying that out loud. Absolutely, fuck all mention of oppression or injustice or inequality. Jolie's selfish. It's about me. It's about different ways I can make myself feel good. Jenny isn't talking about what it means to be good. What she's talking about is the good feelings that you get inside.
Is it birthday, Arvid?
It is. Chiggy Mud. You know this joke with he's like he's in the chats everywhere. It's a joke. Do you know this? Do you know this little bit of CG lore? Oh, okay.
No.
Case, he's always in the chats. He's terrific. And every day is his birthday. So this is like part of the CG, I don't know. Happy fun. We always wish him a happy birthday every day.
Happy 45th birthday, yeah, exactly. Arvid. Happy 45th birthday. I'm 23, by the way.
Are you? Oh, well, you don't look a day over 22. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Last week, without being too specific, at one of the days last week, I had my 13,008th birthday.
Oh, really?
So I'm over 13,000 days old now, which is pretty cool.
The virtue signal is just saying something online to get clout from
Yeah. That's exactly right. But the problem with this is with the definition of virtue signaling is it seems like there's this weird narrative that virtue signaling can only happen on the left, right? But
that was never my understanding for what it's worth. I just always figured if you're going to call something virtue signaling, either it has to be blatantly obvious that it's just an empty gesture, or you don't take somebody else seriously anyway. So you think it's an empty gesture.
One thing that I notice about virtue signaling is I don't know if I necessarily would consider it that, but there will be times where I'm like, my thoughts are with you. That is being, in a way, a virtue signaling, but it's also in the same sense like being worried about somebody, right? So I do think there is a difference between like performative virtue signaling and actually having some empathy there. I may have and I'm going to admit this, and I apologize to Kami Mark. I may have preemptively judged him because I think he's being pretty fair here. I did see he did a video a while back about Xander Hall going after Yellow Flash, and Yellow Flash is trash. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I like Xander Hall to a point. Yellow Flash is insane, quite possibly. And I may have preemptively judged him, so I do apologize, Kami Mark. We knew Tristan was a Kami.
Yellow Flash is good up until a point, folks. He's good at welcoming people in. He's like a magnet to bring people in.
Yeah, I think he's great. I don't think he's.
Xander Hall, on the other hand, is a piece of shit.
A British version of Fosh.
Yeah. Welcome to Nerdettes comrade stand. I don't know. I have a good answer.
Anything can be a virtue signal. Anytime that you say, I am good because I demonstrate this quality, that's a virtue signal. We know the virtue signal is real because we've all seen it, all experienced it. Like maybe you'll put some disability news or policy and someone pops into your life to tell you how it affects disabled people and how you're wrong. And when you point out that you're disabled and on disability, vanish virtue signal accomplished when you engage with the disabled brain, because most of the time, virtue signaling is hollow.
That part is way too fast in this video, but it's really a great bit. Go and watch this actual video like later on, like if you get a chance, because
Mark's on speed.
Yeah, no, it was good, Mark. I watched this video. It's great. It's classic Kami Mark. I thought it was great. Yeah.
Well, hopefully you're going to enjoy this one. That's going to go live in 5 more minutes.
It's just a way to attack people.
Nerdettes Gulag, that's fucking awesome, Val. That's so good.
That is not woke.
Wait, anti-materialism is what he said? That's another first.
Is that coming up in that's coming up in current conversation? That's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm a materialistic bitch sometimes. I can't help it. I like pretty things. Okay.
I think that's what it means. I think there's an economic context, if I remember correctly. We'll look into that another time. Let's see what this guy's trying to get at.
Read that anti-materialism is good, but it has nothing to do with being alert to injustice. That's not woke. That's based. A word used when you agree with something or when you want to recognize someone for being themselves, i.e. courageous and unique or not caring what other people think. It's based to say something that you believe that's controversial and potentially dangerous for you to say. That's an element of bravery to standing up to speak a truth that makes people feel uncomfortable hearing is expressed in such a way that it ultimately makes them think he has a point here, despite how it may affect your social credit score. Irony being that these woke virtue signalers think that they are based by standing up next to the banks and the corporations of McDonald's and Apple. And all those other evil bastards, like you're on their team, like just agreeing with the status quo, like speaking out against perceived oppressions isn't like dangerous, really.
Realizing you're not the only person to do this.
I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
What? These are terrible definitions. Like, I think his is good. But realizing you're not the only person, so you were selfish for your whole fucking life and didn't realize other people existed?
I bet those dreadlocks stink.
Probably. They must. You know, it's weird to me because two out of these other definitions that we've seen on here have been very selfish in nature. And like, I wish I was surprised, but I'm not, because that's what I talk about when it comes to like these woke school people. They're so good. They are allowed to be terrible. And that's kind of what it seems like at this point.
Yeah, a lot of these people in this video are shallow, like vain, vapid people who had to be told, like, don't do that shit that you're doing. Like, basic, like, kindness had to be told to them in a way, like through this entire lens of like, oh, you know, you're contributing to the oppression of minorities or whatever, when it's just like, just don't be a dick.
Gulag train coming through.
Yes,
Choo choo.
Yes, Zex transport.
Chugga 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 choo choo.
Thank you, Zombie Box Reviewers, for the £5 super sticker. What a legend! What a hero! Yes. All right, let's carry on.
I think at this point we just established the same thing over and over. People are describing effects and no causes. It's whether it's him. The last 2-3 videos we watched, the guy in the black, other guy in the video near a black light, I think, which he looks like the kind of guy should stay away from black lights. It seems like we're going to find some bright marks around the room that need some explaining. But it seems like nobody here has given us any foundation. They're telling us what is the result. Well, they're telling us what we're seeing, not why we're seeing it. Really, we know it's called something. We just don't know if it's rightfully called something. So that's what we've been trying to figure out for the last 2.5 hours. Is this even a term that's rightfully used? And apparently not. We've seen so many different people. We have our whole audience here trying to define it. And I'm seeing a consistency in all the definitions. I'm seeing effects, no causes, nothing firmly established. Like we said, he said it was easy to see, but hard to explain. But that's why, because the foundation is not there. It's loaded terminology telling people what they should think of what they see. It's just.
Oh, Mark.
I'm on that. Oppression is definitely real. Like there are people who have more money than you're ever going to have in your entire life, who are way above us, above the government, like who puppeteer all of this shit, like at our expense. Like that isn't a conspiracy theory. Like it's demonstrably true. Like I'll stand next to me and Alex Jones, best buds on this. Definitely a real thing. Like oppression is real. It really happens. We have like 1 minute left before the next video starts. Here's a link in the chat. Thank you, Ryan, for coming. Arvid, we'll hook up again in about half an hour. We'll have a little break, watch this video. We'll come back and pick it apart or whatever. Oh, thank you, Tatsunami. Another 5 Swiss franc super sticker.
Oh, lovely.
Very kind of you. It's good to be rich. Well, I'm rich now. I've got 10 international dollar pounds.
Yeah.
It's good to have white privilege as well. Am I right, gentlemen?
Indeed. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, I bask in it every day, and it's wonderful.
I'm going to give the last word to Jabba the Creator, who says the Matrix was about being free from eating your peas. Notice how nobody eats any peas in the movie. He's definitely correct.
Well said.
All right, so that is the end. Bye, everybody.
One of my favorite people, Kami Mark.
I'm going to put